there, Latin 1. I forgot to talk to you about irregular verbs, so I just want to make sure that we go over all the irregular verbs. So again, if you could take a look, please, at pages 72, 73, and 74. There are charts on there that show you how to do verbs, and then I think you'll be in pretty good shape for your irregulars. So I'm just going to give you a list of irregulars, and then in the next video I will talk to you about accusatives and ablatives. All right, so the first set of irregulars is these four. I say just copy them down right now into your notes. I will hold them up. I will even say them out loud for you because I want to point some stuff out. And I want you to then transfer them from your notes onto cards. I want you to actually do that double duty, okay? So here you go. And now here we go. So eo ire, which is to go. Eo is it, imus itis eunt. Ite. Those are your command forms, okay? Sum esse. Sum es est, sumus esti sunt. Es este. Those are your command forms, your imperatives. Fero fere. Fero fers fert. Ferimus fertis ferunt. Fer ferte. Those are your command forms, your imperatives. Volo vele. Volo vis vult. Volimus vultis volunt. Voli volite. Now, a couple things. Number one, this is where you get the word volatile. But number two, you will notice that actually it's still ost musti senti, ost musti senti. The Latin present endings are ost musti senti. Now, the only time that they're not is when you have sum. But even that, if you make the letter O, your mouth closes to make an M. O. So even that is kind of like, so the only two endings for the first person singular are always going to be O or M. So MST musti senti, right? And so I've underlined them for you. And I've also written them in red in the places where you can just regularly see them. All right, now that's 4 of the known 6 irregulars. Here are the other 2. One of them is actually an old friend we've seen before, because you know sum esse, so that means you know its buddy possum posse, which is to be able. Possum posse means to be able, to be able. Possum potest potest, possumus potestis possunt. I'm going to leave this here for you to copy down. All right, again, possum, potest, potest, possumus, potestis, possunt. Now notice possum, possumus, and possunt all have a double S. And there's reason for this. If you said potsum, because the stem is pot, it's where we get the word potential or potent. But if we said potsum, 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 possum, possum, because the T and the S are hitting at the same spot. So the S absorbs the T. Potsum. Okay, it turns to possum. So potsumus, potsunt, eventually possumus, possunt. So this is just sum es est, sumus esti sunt with pot in front of it. Now nolo is also an old friend. We saw it in volo. This is just non volo. So nolo, non vis, non volt, nolimus, non vultis, nolunt. I mean, literally it's non in front of vis, right? So again, I've underlined for you, and that has no imperatives. This does, noli and nolite, because you got to know these if you want to give a negative command. Don't do something means noli, the imperative of that. Nolite, the imperative of that, right? So don't walk, noli ambulare. If I want to tell all y'all not to walk, nolite ambulare. Okay, but yeah, it's ost musti senti still. All right, so that's your irregulars. I just wanted you to have those so that ultimately you're able to work with them. What I want you to do now that I've given you all the irregulars is go ahead and do 9E. Exercise 9E. You're going to fill in the blank. All I want you to do is highlight the word that you use to fill in the blank, okay? So Flavia clamat ubi es Cornelia. So highlight the S, and then you would translate it. Flavia shouts, "Where are you, Cornelia?" And that's basically 1 through 15. All right, so that's 9E. Now I'm going to come back and do all the accusative plus, or the accusative and the ablative stuff for you. Okay. All right, I'm going to hit the button.